Have you ever lay down, close your eyes, but your mind just won't stop racing? Or you might be lying there thinking, I can't believe that I'm awake right now. I need to sleep. And then an hour or two goes by and you're still not asleep. You start feeling really frustrated and you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I sleep? In this video, I want to talk about overthinking and how it steals our rest. So many times at night we lay in bed trying to get our heads to settle so we can sleep. But sometimes our minds are just running wild with all kinds of thoughts, replaying old arguments, going over decisions that we made years ago, imagining all kinds of scenarios that probably will never happen, worrying about what the future holds for us, regretting things we've done in the past, and before we know it, half the night has passed and we're exhausted from thinking so much. There's this quote by a writer named Neil Donald Walsh that says, "The brain is the ultimate antenna. It picks up what it expects to pick up. If you expect trouble, that's what you will get. If you expect pleasant things to happen, that's what you will experience." Our thoughts have power. They have energy, and they draw more of the same to us. And when we keep thinking and thinking, we only make ourselves more tired and more anxious, and that makes it even harder to sleep. But here's the good news. When we choose to write those thoughts down, we take them away from our brains and we give our brains permission to rest. So many times throughout the day, we push down our emotions and our feelings. And at night, those emotions catch up with us, and we're faced with a whirlwind of anxiety, fear, anger, sadness, etc. Writing helps us process these emotions during the day, which allows us to sleep better at night. If you're struggling to fall asleep, if your mind is racing and you feel like you've been lying in bed forever, I want you to do 3 things. No. 1. Ask yourself, am I holding onto anything that I need to let go of? Is there anything I need to forgive? Are there any unresolved issues or loose ends that are bothering me? Ask yourself these questions. Make a list of everything that comes to mind. No, to write each thought or emotion down separately on a piece of paper. Write down any negative thoughts you have about yourself, others, your life, your work, your relationships, your future, anything that pops into your head. Write each thought down separately. No. 3. Once you've written down each thought, take a few moments to reflect on the thought. Give yourself permission to feel whatever emotion is attached to the thought. Once you've reflected on the thought and you've given yourself permission to feel that emotion, I want you to rip that piece of paper up and put one piece of paper in your pocket. This symbolizes that you are releasing that thought, that emotion, that feeling, and you're giving yourself permission to let go of it. You can also burn the pieces of paper if you want to, or flush them down the toilet. Whatever you do with the pieces of paper, do it out of sight and out of mind. Get rid of them completely. Now, here's the hardest part. Don't keep any of these thoughts in your head. Once you've written them down and you've given yourself permission to feel those emotions, you have to trust that they're gonna be okay. You have to trust that you can handle them. You have to trust that you will be okay. Trust that you'll get through whatever situation you're facing. Trust that you will get through the night. Trust that you'll wake up in the morning and the sun will be shining and you'll be okay. Even if you don't feel like you are right now, even if you don't feel like you can handle whatever situation you're facing, trust that you will be okay. You know, sometimes we keep overthinking things because we think that we're not doing enough, that we're not being productive enough. And I want to remind you that productivity isn't everything. There are other important things in life besides being productive. Rest is an important thing. Sleep is an important thing. Taking care of your mental health is an important thing. And writing down your thoughts is a way that you can take care of your mental health. It's a way that you can get some of that stuff off your chest, off your mind, and it's a way that you can sleep better at night. Here's another quote that I love by William Blake that says, "If you want to see a sunrise, you must lie down and rest." Sometimes we think that we need to be strong all the time, that we need to be productive all the time, that we need to be busy all the time. But sometimes the most productive thing that we can do is nothing. Sometimes the most productive thing that we can do is to take a break, to walk away, to step back, to relax, to give ourselves permission to rest. And, you know, it's funny because when we're kids, we seem to get this whole resting thing down pat. We take naps. We sleep when we're tired. We don't really worry too much about the future. We don't ruminate on the past. But as we get older, we start taking on responsibilities. We start worrying about paying our bills and keeping a roof over our heads and putting food on the table. We start worrying about what other people think of us. We start worrying about our relationships. And the more worried we get, the less we sleep. When I was a kid, my mum used to tell me, "Don't worry, God won't give you more than you can handle." And I always thought that was a cop-out. Like, why would God allow me to go through something that I can't handle? I can't tell you how many times I've thought that over the years. But you know what? My mum was right. God doesn't give us more than we can handle because we're strong, we're resilient, we can handle more than we think we can, and we can get through hard times. I mean, think about all the hard things you've gone through in your life, and you got through them, didn't you? You survived. You made it to this very moment, right now. And that's proof that you can make it through anything. And sometimes the only thing standing between you and getting to sleep is a piece of paper and a pen. So many times when we're lying in bed at night, we keep thinking, why am I still awake? What's wrong with me? I can't believe I'm still not asleep. And you know what? That's the problem. You're focusing on the fact that you're not asleep. You're focusing on the fact that you can't sleep. You're focusing on the fact that you're wide awake. And the more you focus on that, the more awake you stay. Instead, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you are sleeping. Imagine the feeling of your body being relaxed, your muscles being loose, your breathing slowing down, your eyelids getting heavy. Imagine the feeling of your mind being quiet, no thoughts racing around, no worries or fears keeping you awake, just peace. Imagine the feeling of waking up in the morning after a good night's sleep, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, ready to take on the day with a clear mind and a full heart. And here's the truth: you can have that kind of night. You can wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated if you just give yourself permission to let go of the thoughts that are keeping you awake. If you're struggling to sleep at night, if your mind is racing and you feel like you've been lying in bed forever, I want you to take a deep breath and remember that you are not alone. There is hope. You can sleep again. You can find peace again. And all it takes is one piece of paper and a pen. This exercise is based on the book The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris, which is based on acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. In the book, he talks about how we often resist the present moment because we trying to get rid of the bad feelings that we experiencing. But when we do that, we make the bad feelings worse and we make the situation worse. So instead, he teaches us to accept the present moment as it is and to move towards what we want in our lives. So, if you're struggling to sleep tonight, I want you to give yourself permission to let go of the thoughts that are keeping you awake. Give yourself permission to rest, to relax, to let go. You'll be amazed at how much better you'll feel in the morning. So tonight, may you find a gentle sleep and let tomorrow bring softer things. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.